Hello, dear first grade students. I'm Mr. Ahmed Magdy, your math teacher. Today we will talk about the second and third lessons of the second unit of mathematics curriculum of the fifth grade of primary school for the academic year 2024-2025. In our video today, we will explain how to reach the value of the variable inside the equation using different methods, such as mental math, inverse operations, and the power model. This is, of course, considered as a very important lesson in algebra, and its questions are always present in exams. So we must focus very much on the solution method so that no matter what type of questions we will face, we can solve it easily. Okay, so let's go. Our lesson is about how to solve an equation. And solving equation means finding the value of the variable in equation. So if I have an equation like this, x plus 3 equals 5. What is the value of x? Okay. Our lesson today is about the ways that we can do to find the value of x. Okay. So I will think about first, what is the number that if I add to 3, it gives me 5. Okay, so mentally it will be 2. Okay, so the value of x will be 2. Okay, or maybe I will think in another way, like if I have x plus 3 equals 5, so I will subtract 3 from two sides. Okay, so I will say x plus 3 minus 3, because 3 minus 3 gives me 0, so x will be alone in the left hand side. Okay, and in the other side, like I did in the first side, I will do in the second side. Okay, so I will write 5 minus 3. So I will subtract 3 from two sides to make x alone. Okay, so it will be 3 minus 3 equals 0 and x plus 0 equals x. Okay, and in the other side we have 5 minus 3 equals 2, so the value of x equals 2. Okay, or maybe I will have another way, like we did in primary 4 or grade 4 in the power model. If I have a missing number, so we will express the situation in the power model and I will find the missing number. So I have here the missing number is added to 3. So I will create a power model like this and I will ask first, the missing number is a part or a total number. Okay, so I will say it's just a part number because I add to it. I add to it. Okay, so x here is a part number, so I will write it down, not up. Okay, so I will write x here and next to it I will write 3 and the total number here is 5. So I will ask, x is what? Or x equals what? So I will subtract 5 minus 3, it gives me 2, so I will say x equals 2. So this is different ways. These are different ways to solve an equation, okay, and find the value of x. Okay, so the different ways to find the solution of the equation like this. The first one is mental math by thinking about the missing number, or the inverse operation by subtracting or adding the inverse number. Okay, and using the power model by putting the missing number in the part mode or the total mode. Okay, let's go to and try some examples to understand the situation well. Okay, the first one here, he asked me to solve each of the following equations using inverse operation strategy. But how? Let's go. The first one here, I have 76.85 plus Q equals 90.96. Okay, so here I have Q is added to the other number. Okay, so I will subtract 76.85 from both sides. Okay, so it will be like this: 76.85 minus 76.85 plus Q equals 90.96. Okay, so 76.85 minus 76.85 plus Q equals 90.96, and I will write minus 76.85 because I will subtract 76.85 from both sides. Or I can write it by another way, like this. Okay, so I will say let's write it in another way. I will say Q, and I will transfer or send the other number to the other side. I have here 76.85 is added to Q, so I will send the number to the other side with subtraction operation. Okay, so I will write Q equals 90.96 minus 76.85. Okay, and I will subtract the two numbers. So 6 minus 5 equals 1, 9 minus 8 equals 1, and I will write the decimal point. Next I have 90 minus 76, it gives me just 14. So the value of Q here is 14.11 or 14 and 1100. Next I have K plus 2.40 or 2 and 40 equals 3 and 400. Okay, so I have here Q plus a number, so I will send the other number to the other side with the inverse operation. I have here addition, so I will send it with subtraction. Okay, so I will write Q equals 3.04. I will write the first number, okay, first, and I will write then the second number. I have minus 2.040. Okay, so it will be 4 minus 0 equals 4, 0 minus 4, so it can be, so I will prove from 3 becomes 2 and 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 4 equals 6, and 2 minus 2 equals 0, so I write the decimal point first and write 0. So the value of K is 6400. Okay, next I have T minus 2.45 equals 0.26. Okay, so I have here T, and the next number is minus 2.45. So I will send the number to the other side with the inverse operation. Okay, so I have here subtraction, so I will send it with addition operation. So it will be T equals 0.26 plus 2.45. Okay, so 6 plus 5 equals 11, so I will write 1 and carry up 1. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 4 equals 7, and I will write the decimal point. 0 plus 2 equals 2, so the value of t is 2 and 7100. Okay, listen carefully to the last one. Okay, here I have 10.94 minus m equals 9.04. Okay, here I want to find the value of m, but m here with subtraction operation. Okay, so first I will send m to the other side with the inverse operation. Okay, so it will be 10.94 equals 9.04, and I will write plus m. Okay, so here I can do the inverse operation, or I can use the inverse operation. Okay, so I will send the next number to m to the other side with the inverse operation. So I will send 9.04 to the other side with subtraction operation, because I add 9.04 to m. Okay, so m will be equal to 10.94 minus 9.04. Okay, so I will subtract to find the value of m. 4 minus 4 equals 0, 9 minus 0 equals 9, and I will write the decimal point, and 10 minus 9 equals 1, so the value of m is 1 and 90 hundredths, or 1 and 9 tenths. Okay, next I wanted to use the bar model to solve each of the following problems. Okay, the first one here I have a minus 3.4 equals 2.17. So first I wanted to determine that the variable here is a part number or a total number. Okay, here I have a is a part or a total. Here a, I subtract from it, so a is a big number, so a is a total number. Okay, so I will write a up first. Okay, next I have the two numbers is parts, so I will write 3.4 and 2.17. Okay, so to find the value of a, I will add the two numbers together. So I will say a equals 3.4 plus 2.17. Okay, but here I have two decimal digits, and just here I have one decimal digit. So I will write 1 0 next to 4, and I will add the two numbers together. So 0 plus 7 equals 7, and 4 plus 1 equals 5, and I will write the decimal point. Next I have 3 plus 2 equals 5, so the value of a is 5 and 5700. Okay, let's try another one. I have here 2.45 plus y equals 9. Here I have y is added to another number, so y here is a small number and y here is a part. Okay, so I will write y down first. Okay, and I will choose the first number is a total number, and it is 9, because 9 is a total or the sum of the two numbers. So 9 will be written up and the other number will be written down, so it will be 2.45. So the value of y is the difference between the other two numbers. So I will say y equals 9 minus 2.45. Okay, I will change the form of 9 first to subtract the two numbers. Okay, so it will be 9.20 minus 2 6.45. Okay, so it will be 0 minus 5, it can be, so I will prove from 9 first, becomes 8, and 0 becomes 9, and 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 5 equals 5, 9 minus 4 equals 5, and I will write the decimal point. Next I have 8 minus 2 equals 6, so the value of y is 6.55, or 6 and 55 hundredths. The third one here, I have 1.2 equals 2.4 minus r. Okay, so r is a total or a part. R is the number that we subtract from the big number. So the big number here is 2.4 and the small number here is r. So r is a part and 2.4 is a total and 1.2 is also part. Okay, so I will say r is written down and 2.4 will be written up as a total number and 1.2 is written down as a part number. Okay, next I want to find the value of r. So r here is a part equals the difference between the two numbers. Okay, so I will say r equals 2.4 minus 1.2. Okay, so it will be 4 minus 2 equals 2 and 2 minus 1 equals 1. So the value of r is just 1 and 2/10. Okay, next I have 66.85 plus k equals 90.98. So I wanted to find the value of k, but k is a part or a total? K here is a part because I added to another number. So k is a small number, okay? And the total number here is the biggest number, is 90.98, okay? 90.98. So the total first is 90.98 and k is a part and the other number is 66.85. Okay, so I wanted to find the value of k, so I will subtract the two numbers. So k equals the big number first, 90.98 minus the small number 66.85, and I will subtract the two numbers. 8 minus 5 equals 3, 9 minus 8 equals 1, and 90 minus 66, or maybe we will take step by step. So it will be 0 minus 6, it can't be, so I will prove from 9 becomes 8 and 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 6 equals 4 and 8 minus 6 equals 2. So the value of k is 24.13 or 24 and 13 hundredths. Okay, the fifth one, I have 2.15 plus n equals 5.24. So the value of n here determined by the position of n. Okay, so n is a part or a total? N is a part because I added to another number. Okay, so I will say n is a part. So the total number here is the biggest number, so it will be 5.24, and the small number is the second part, so it will be 2.15. Okay, next I want to find the value of n, so I will subtract the two numbers. Okay, so it will be n equals 5.24, the big number first, minus 2.15. Next I will subtract 5 minus 4, it can be, so I will borrow from 2 becomes 1 and 14 and 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 5 equals 9 and 1 minus 1 equals 0, and 5 minus 2 equals 3, so the value of n is 3.09 or 3 and 900. Next, I have 7.648 minus d equals 3.92. Okay, so I wanted to find the value of d, but d is a part or a total. D here is a part because I subtract it from another number. Okay, so it will be a number, so it will be written down. Okay, so D will be written here. And the other two numbers, the big number is the total number, so it will be 7.648 is as a total number, and 3.92 as a part number. Okay, so D equals the big number minus the small number. Okay, so 7.648 minus 3.92. I have here 3 digits and here I have 2 digits. So I will add 1 0 next to the 2 digits. Next, 8 minus 0 equals 8. 4 minus 2 equals 2. And 6 minus 9, it can be, so I will prove from 7 becomes 6, and 6 becomes 16. 16 minus 9 equals 7. And I will write the decimal point. Next, I have 6 minus 3 equals 3. So the value of D is 3.728. Okay. Next, I want to complete the following. So I have 4 power models and I want the value of the variable. Okay. The first one here says from the opposite power model, the value of B is what? I want to find the value of B. So it will be the subtraction of two numbers because B is a part number. Okay, so B equals 6.5 minus 3.2 equals 3.3 because 5 minus 2 equals 3 and 6 minus 3 equals 3. So the value of B is 3.3. Next, I have the value of M. Here, M is the total number. So I will add the two numbers together. So it will be 19.6 plus 3.2. So it will be 22.8 because 6 plus 2 equals 8 and 19 plus 3 equals 22. So the value of M is 22.8. Next, I want to find the value of M. Here, M is the part number. Okay, so it will be the subtraction of two numbers. Okay, so I will say 20 minus 6 minus 20.6 minus 7.62. I have here one digit and here I have two digits, so I will add 1 0 next to 6. Okay, 0 minus 2 it can be, so our product from 6 becomes 5 and 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 2 equals 8. 5 minus 6 it can be, so I will product from 2 becomes 1, 0 becomes 9, and 5 becomes 15. 15 minus 6 equals 9. 9 minus 7 equals 2, and 1 minus 0 equals 1. So the value of M equals 12.98. 12.98. Next, he asks me about the equation which represents the opposite power model. Here, I want to write the equation, not the value of B. Okay, so I want to write the equation. The total number here is the big number or the upper number. Here I have 10.1. So it will be the total number or the sum of the two numbers. Okay, so I will say the small numbers here is 7.5 and P, so I will add them together. So it will be 7.5 plus B. and the big number is the total number or the sum of the two numbers, so I will write equals 9 or 10.1. So the equation is 7.5 plus b equals 10.1. Okay, or maybe I will write it in another form, like maybe I want to write b alone in one side. Okay, so I will say b is the difference between the two numbers. So I will write b first equals the difference between the two numbers, mean I will subtract the big number from, I will subtract 7.5 from 10.1. So it will be 10.1 minus 7.5. Okay? Or maybe I will write it in another form, like I want to write 7.5 alone in one side. So I will write 7.5 equals, okay? 7.5 here is the difference between the two numbers 10.1 and b, okay? So it will be 10.1 minus b, okay? Next, I have equations about equations like this. So the first one here is if a plus 34.5 equals 50, then a equals what? He did not select any way to solve the equation. So I will use any method to find the value of a. Okay, maybe I will use the inverse operation. So I will send this 34.5 to the other side with subtraction operation. So a equals 50 minus 34.5. Okay, so I will add just 1 point and 0, and I will say 0 minus 5 it can be, so I will borrow from 5 becomes 4, 0 becomes 9, and 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 5 equals 5, 9 minus 4 equals 5, and 4 minus 3 equals 1, and I will write the decimal point at its place, so it will be 15.5, and this is the value of a. Next, x plus 3.12 equals 9.73. Okay, so I want to find the value of x, just like the first number. So I will write the big number first, 9.73 minus, because I will use the inverse operation, so it will be minus 3.12. So it will be 3 minus 2 equals 1, 7 minus 1 equals 6, and I will put the decimal point. Next, I have 9 minus 3 equals 6, so the value of x equals 66.61. Next, I have another equation, and I want the value of k, so I will use the inverse operation. So I will send 6.5 to the other side with the subtraction operation, so the value of k will be 9.8 minus 6.5. Okay, so 8 minus 5 equals 3, and 9 minus 6 equals 3, and I will write the decimal point, so the value of k is 3.3. Here I have 66.25 plus y equals 10.25. So I will use the inverse operation. So I will send 6.25 to the other side with subtraction operation. So it will be 10.25 minus 6.25. So 25 minus 25 equals 0, and I will write the decimal point. 10 minus 6 equals 4. So the value of y is just 4. Okay. Next, in this equation, 5.24 equals m plus 2.45. The value of m equals what? So again, I will send the next number to m to the other side. Okay. So it will be 5.24 24 minus 2.45. Okay, so 4 minus 5 it can be, so I will prove from 2 becomes 1, 4 becomes 14, 14 minus 5 equals 9, 1 minus 4 it can be, so I will prove from 4, from 5 becomes 4, and 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 4 equals 7, and I will put the decimal point. Next I have 4 minus 2 equals 2, so it will be 2.79. Next, I have y minus 3.25 equals 6.02, okay? So it will be, or I will use the inverse operation, okay? So I will send the number to the other side with inverse operation. So I have here subtraction, so I will send it with addition operation. So it will be y equals 3.25, or no, not like this. I will write the first number or the big number first, okay? So it will be 6.02 plus 3.25, okay? But mister, if I write 3.25 first, it will be a problem? No, it will not be a problem because it's addition operation, and I know that addition operation is a commutative, okay? So the order is not important, okay? So it will be 2 plus 5 equals 7, 0 plus 2 equals 2, and I have 6 plus 3 equals 9, so the value of y equals 9.27. Next, I have 4.6 minus k equals 2.2. So I will use the inverse operation, but first I will send k to the other side with inverse operation. So it will be 2.2, and I will send k to the other side. I have here subtraction operation, so I will send it with addition operation, so it will be plus k equals 4.6, okay? And I will send 2.2 to the other side with inverse operation, so it will be k equals 4.6 minus 2.2, okay? So k equals 6 minus 2 equals 4, and 4 minus 2 equals 2, so it will be 2.4, okay? Let's try the equation in a word problem. So I have here, Hani was traveling to Alexandria from his home, which is at a distance 243.865 kilometers. He covered a distance 115.782 kilometers. What is the remaining distance to Alexandria? Remaining here means I will subtract the two numbers, okay? But I want first to put this situation in an equation, okay? So the total distance here is 243.865, okay? So I will write it as a total point or as a total number, okay? So I will use the addition operation like this, and I will say the total will be 243.865, okay? And I don't know the remaining distance, so I will replace that with x, okay? So it will be x plus the covered distance is 115.782. So I wanted to find the value of x, okay? So I will use the inverse operation, so I will send the number to the other side with the inverse operation. So here it's addition operation, so I will send it with subtraction operation, okay? So it will be x equals 243.865 minus 115.782. 15.782. Okay, so the value of x will be 5 minus 2 equals 3, 6 minus 8 it can be, so I will prove from 8 becomes 7 and 6 becomes 16. 16 minus 8 equals 8 and 7 minus 7 equals 0, and I will write the decimal point. Then I have 3 minus 5 it can be, so I will prove from 4 becomes 3 and 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 5 equals 8 and 3 minus 1 equals 2 and 2 minus 1 equals 1, so the covered distance or the remaining distance equals 128.083 kilometers. Okay, so x is the remaining distance. Okay, next I have this problem. Ola needed 10 meters of wood to build a garden bed. She found 3.5 meters in her garage. How many more meters of wood does she need for the bed? Okay, so the total or what she need is 10 meters, but she found 3.5 meters. Okay, so I want to find the remaining meters to complete the 10 meters. So 10 is the total number and 3.5 is a part number. Okay, so the remaining is also a part number, so I can say the total equals 10. So I have two numbers. The first is what she found, so it will be 3.5, and the next number is what she needs, so I will replace it with x. So I want to find the value of x, so it will be x equals, I will send 3.5 to the other side with inverse operation, so it will be here addition, so I will send it with subtraction operation. So I will write 10 minus 3.5, so it will be 6.5. Okay, next I have the second part of our lesson today. Okay, the second part of our lesson today is how to write situations and stories for each equation that appears before us. This is a lesson that requires a greater ability to imagine and the ability to tell stories. Okay, so let's go. So if I have two equations like this, the first one is like this and the second one is like this, and I want to write two stories about these equations. Okay, so first I will represent it in a power model. Okay, like that. And next I will imagine, or I will first determine the type of the variable, if it is the total number or a part number. Okay, so if the variable is a whole, we can tell stories where the two numbers are known and we ask for their sum. Okay, and if the variable is a part, we can tell story where the sum of two numbers and one of them are known and we ask for the other number. Okay, so if I have an example like this, so I will say Amgad walked 3.55 to 6 kilometers from home to school, then he walked 2.045 kilometers from school to the club. What is the total? What is the total? I ask here about the total distance. So I will ask about the total of two numbers. Here, Karim has a wooden board of a length 2.04 meters. He divided it into two parts. One of them is of length 1.85 meters. What is the length of the other side? So I ask here about the remaining part. So I wanted to find the difference between the two numbers. Okay, so if I have an example like this, I wanted to write a story about this equation and I wanted to solve it. Okay, I have x plus 1.357 equals to 0.18. Okay, maybe I will use a smart way to write a story problem without any imagination or telling stories. Okay, so I have here x plus 1.357 equals 2.18. So what about we say that the total of two numbers is 2.18 and one of them is 1.357. What is the other's number? So I can write it like this. If the sum of two numbers is 2.18 and one of them is 1.357. What is the other number? Okay, this is a story problem, and this is the equation that expresses the story problem. Okay, next I wanted to solve it. I wanted to find the value of x. So I will use the inverse operation. So I will send this number to the other side with the inverse operation. I have here addition, so I will send it with subtraction. Okay, so it will be x equals 2.18 minus 1.357. Okay, I have these three digits and here I have two digits, so I will add 1 0 here. So 0 minus 7 can't be, so I will subtract from 8 becomes 7 and 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 7 equals 3, 7 minus 5 equals 2, and 1 minus 3 it can be, so I will put it from 2 becomes 1 and 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 3 equals 8. I would write the decimal point. Next I have 1 minus 1 equals 0, so the other number is 0.823 or 823 thousandths. Okay, next I have the last part of our video today. The last part of our explanation today is a multiple choice questions that are very common in exams, and we want to know how we can deal with them correctly and solve them easily. So let's go. The first one here, I wanted to find the variable x. I wanted to find the value of the variable x in the equation x plus 4.5 equals 8. So I will send 4.5 to the other side. I have here addition, so I will send with subtraction, so it will be 8 minus 4.5 and this equals x. Okay, so I will write point and 0. Okay, so it will be 0 minus 5 it can be, so I will borrow from 8 becomes 7 and 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 5 equals 5. 7 minus 4 equals 3, so the value of x equals 3.5. Next, the operation used to find the value of z in the equation 8 minus z equals 6 is what? I want to find the value of z, so I will use any operation. Or which operation? Okay, here z is part or total? No, z here is part, so I will use subtraction. Okay, so here I will use subtraction. Okay, but what is the value of z? I will think here about mental math, so I will use it. What is the number that we subtract from 8 to get 6? I think it will be 2. So I subtract 8 minus 6. So it gives me 2. So I use subtraction to find the value of z. So I will use subtraction operation. Next, 8.23 plus b equals 10.24. Here I can use mental math directly. So first, I have 23 hundredths, and here I have 24. What is the number that we add to 23 to get 24? It will be 1. Okay, but what? 1 what? It will be 100. It will be 100, because 23 hundredths plus 100 equals 24 hundredths. So it will be 100ths. 100ths. Okay, so 8 plus what equals 10? 8 plus 2. Okay, so the value of b here will be 2.01, or 2 and 100. Next, the solution of the equation m minus 5.9 equals 4.1. So I will send the number to the other side with inverse operation. So it will be m equals 4.1 plus 5.9. Okay, next I will add the two numbers. 1 plus 9 equals 10, so I will carry up 1. 1 plus 4 equals 5, 5 plus 5 equals 10. I will put the decimal point first and I will write 10. So the value of m equals 8. Equals what? Equals 10. Okay. Next, I have 8 minus x equals 3.5, 3.2. Okay, so I want to find the value of x. So I will send first x to the other side with inverse operation. So it will be x, or 8, equals 3.2 plus x. Okay, next I will send 3.2 to the other side with inverse operation. Okay, but I have here addition operation, so it will be subtraction operation. So x equals 8 minus 3.2. Okay, so I will write decimal point and 0 here. So 0 minus 2 it can be, so I will use borrowing. 8 becomes 7, 0 becomes 10, 10 minus 2 equals 8, 7 minus 3 equals 4, so the value of x equals 4.8. Next, by using the part model, the value of m equals what? Listen, here I have 3.16 is the total number, or the whole number. Okay, and here 2.8 and m is parts, so here is parts. Okay, 2.8 and m are parts, so to find the value of m we will use subtraction. So m equals 3.16 minus the big number first minus 2.8. Here I have two digits and here I have one digit, so I will write 1 0 here. So 6 minus 0 equals 6, and 1 minus it can be, so I will say I will borrow from 3, becomes 2, 1 becomes 11, 11 minus 8 equals 3, and 2 minus 2 equals 0. So the value of m equals 0.36. Next, for the equation 7.325 minus x equals 4.127. Okay, so I want a bar model, or part to whole bar model is to be suitable for this equation. Okay, x here is a part, and 7.325 is a big number, so it is the total number or the whole number. And here 4.127 is just a part number. So I want to find the bar model that gives me x as a part number and 7.325 as a total number. So it will be, here x is a total, here x is a part, and 7.325 is a total, so it will be choice number B. Okay, here x is a part, but 4.127 is a total, so it can be. X here is a total, it can be. So the right choice, or the correct choice, is number B. Next, I have a square whose side length equals 10 centimeter. Then the equation of its perimeter is what? The perimeter of the square is side by 4. Okay, so it will be, the side length here is 10, so S equals 10. So I will replace S with 10, and all of that equals B. So the perimeter equals 10 by 4, so it will be choice number C. Next, to find the length of a rectangle with 4 centimeter wide and 24 centimeter squared area, we will use the equation what? The length is 4, the length is L, and the width is 4, and the area is 24. So I will use the formula of the area of the rectangle, that A, or the area, equals length by width. So to find the length or the width, I will divide the area over the other side. So I want to find the length, so I would divide the area over the width. So it will be length equals area over width. Okay, so I want a division operation, and the area is the first number. Okay, here it's multiplication, so it's not true. Here is a division, but it's not, 24 is not the first number. Here I have 24 divided 4, so it's true. Okay, and here I have L by 24, so it's not true. Okay, the last question with us today says Nada's weight was 93.738 kilogram. She decided to make a diet. Her weight becomes 78.135 kilogram. What weight does Nada lose? Okay, the first weight was that, and the new weight was that. So I want to know what weight does Nada lose. So lose means the difference between the two numbers. So the difference means we will use the subtraction. Okay, so it will be x, and which represents the difference between the two weights, equals 93.738, this is the old weight, minus the small weight or the new weight, 78.135. Next, I will subtract the two numbers. 8 minus 5 equals 3. 3 minus 3 equals 0. 7 minus 1 equals 6. I will put the decimal point. Next, I have 3 minus 8. It can be, so I will borrow from 9, becomes 8, and 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 8 equals 5, and 8 minus 7 equals 1. So the new weight, or the difference between the between the two weights, is 15.603 kilograms, which is choice D. Okay, and with that we end our video today, and we end our explanation today, and I hope that we have benefited greatly from it. As I told you, this lesson is very important in our curriculum and is considered the basis of algebra and equations. I hope that we solve many exercises in this lesson so that we can understand more. And if you have any questions, send them in the comments, and don't forget to like and share the video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in a new video and a new lesson. I'm Mr. Ahmed Magdy, your math teacher. Goodbye.